you for choosing us again tonight, dear viewers of Burundi Television. Welcome to this English news edition. Let's first start with headlines. The Ministers' Council gathered this Wednesday under the guidance of the head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye. On the agenda was the bill draft on the national program against corruption, the bill draft on insurance card, and the one of the forest, and lastly, the land titles, and so on and so forth. And today, the Minister of Public Service was the guest of the day at Kigobe MC Call to give the MPs more clarification on the report produced by the Court of Accounts on the functioning of civil service mutuality. It was at the National Assembly where the standing committee responsible of social affairs analyzed the report produced by the Accountant Court. Welcome back. Let's go straight to the details. The Ministers' Council gathered this Wednesday under the guidance of the head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye. On the agenda was the bill draft on the national program against corruption, the bill draft on insurance card, and the one of the forest, and lastly the land titles, and so on and so forth. Details will be available in our later edition. And today, the Minister of Public Service was the guest of the day at Kigobe Musical to give to the MPs more clarification on the report produced by the Court of Accounts on the functioning of civil service mutuality. It was at the National Assembly where the standing committee responsible of social affairs analyzed the report produced by the Accountant Court. Details with Jackson Irakoze.
The Minister of Public Service, Labour and Employment, Gabriel Nizigama, was summoned to the National Assembly to provide clarification on a report prepared by the Court of Auditors regarding the functioning of the Civil Service Mutual Fund, which is responsible for providing health coverage to state employees. On this occasion, the National Assembly's Standing Committee on Social Affairs also presented its observations and recommendations related to the report. According to the findings of the Court of Auditors, several dysfunctions were identified within the mutual fund, including the absence of legal text adapted to the evolution of its activities, operations based on unapproved plans, weaknesses in control and management mechanisms, among other shortcomings. These findings were confirmed by the report of the Parliamentary Committee on Social Affairs. Minister Gabriel Nizigama acknowledged that the Civil Service Mutual Fund is facing numerous challenges that hinder its ability to serve its members effectively. However, he stated that reforms are underway to address the identified issues. Among the recommendations made by the Court of Auditors, the Parliamentary Committee and the MPs are the adoption of new law governing the mutual fund, its structural reorganization, the establishment of a special support and monitoring body, and the revision of existing legal texts, among other measures. The Minister assured that all necessary efforts will be made to improve the quality of services provided by the mutual fund for the benefit of its members. Several speakers also suggested that the mutual fund should cease the sale of medications and focus solely on providing medical coverage, a responsibility that should lie with the Ministry of Public Health. While MPs voiced concerns about the current state of the mutual fund, especially in light of future projections, the minister affirmed he is fully aware of the complaints raised and promised concrete actions will be taken to address them. While MPs voiced concerns about the current state of the mutual fund, especially in light of future projections, the minister affirmed that he is fully aware of the complaints raised and promised concrete action will be taken to address them. Regarding individuals suffering from chronic diseases who are not currently covered by the mutual fund, the minister explained that the mutual is operating in accordance with the current legal provisions, but note that this issue could be considered in the upcoming revision of the legal framework governing the Civil Service Mutual Fund.
And due to the equipment and specialists of the laboratory of INSP, the National Institute of Public Health, it has been considered as a national reference. This was announced by Dr. Joseph Nyandwi. A biobank construction is also in their plan. Mayus Mihigwa has more.
Each year, experts assess the performance of the National Institute of Public Health laboratory in Burundi, which specializes in research and disease diagnostics. This evaluation is conducted twice a year and results in a rating. Currently, this laboratory holds a score equivalent to 4 stars. In addition to national evaluations, the laboratory was also assessed at the continental level, scoring over 80 out of 100. The World Health Organization has also reviewed the lab's capacity to detect measles, concluding that this laboratory serves as a true model in the region. This was confirmed by Dr. Joseph Nyandwi, Director General of this institute, who stated that the laboratory has reached an encouraging level of development. One of the institute's current projects is the construction of a biobank, a facility that will store biological samples for research and diagnostic purposes. Despite the progress made, challenges remain. The laboratory aims to expand its diagnostic capabilities to include cancer detection and 2 other advanced tests, for which it seeks accreditation. However, the laboratory is still facing several obstacles, including irregular electricity supply, the high cost of high-level diagnostic reagents, and a shortage of qualified personnel.
In the population of different districts of Gitega city, the political capital of Burundi, is implementing the government policy of beautifying the cities, especially paving the facade of commercial and residential houses. Nevertheless, we observe others who are not at the same speed. Mayus Mihigwa once again.
As part of the government's policy to modernize and beautify the city of Gitega, the political capital of Burundi, a broad program to construct and rehabilitate the facades of commercial and residential buildings is currently being implemented. This initiative is gradually being adopted by residents, with some using paving tiles, while others opt for cement to improve the front of their properties. During our visit to various neighborhoods, including Nyamugari, commonly known Giswahili neighborhood, we observed that some residents have already completed the work while others are still finalizing it. The same trend is seen in the neighborhoods of Magalama and Yoba, while the paving efforts are actively underway. Berize Ndwamahoro, a shopkeeper operating along the main road in Yoba, welcomed the government's initiative, calling it beneficial as it promotes cleanliness and improves the business environment. Also took us to Lutonde, on the outskirts of the city, where the government program is also being respected. Ernest Ndiokubwayo, a local artisan specializing in the making and repair of stoves, expressed great satisfaction with this long-awaited and timely measure. While many citizens have embraced the program, others are still slow to comply, particularly along the main road in the Nyabiharage neighborhood, where progress remains limited. All residents interviewed on the ground urged those lagging behind to follow the example of others and contribute to this national effort to give the country a more modern and attractive image.
Well, this is the end of this English news edition. Thank you for your attention. Have a good time.